Hello and welcome to my channel. I wish you all peace and prosperity. At the beginning of the reign of King Hezekiah of Judah, between 597 BC and 594 BC, shortly before the Babylonian destruction of Jerusalem, Jeremiah the prophet delivered a prophecy against Elam for the latter days. Jeremiah 49:34-39. This prophecy predicts the removal of Elam's ruling family, of its leaders and its military might, including the breaking of its weapons of war. Also, its dispersion because of Elam's pride. Iran can be divided in three parts by their ancient divisions: Media in the north, Elam in the west, and Persia in the south. The judgment is against Elam and the bow of Elam, and the Lord has multiple agendas in this judgment, one of which I believe to be about bringing a great harvest of souls for Christ in Iran. For since its invasion, many Iranians have been downloading Bibles, and for some time, many Muslims in Iran have been seeing Jesus appear to them in dreams and visions. In Jeremiah 49:38 we read, "And I will set my throne in Elam, and I will destroy out of it king and princess, declares the Lord." So this seems to indicate that Jesus is going to be reigning in the hearts of Iranians. The Jeremiah 49:34-39 prophecy, and a prophecy in Deuteronomy 25:19 against the Amalekites, began to be fulfilled Saturday, February 28th, when Jews around the world were reading Deuteronomy 25:19 for their weekly Torah portion, which happened to be the first day of Purim on the ancient Essene solar calendar, though Purim on the Hebrew Jewish calendar didn't begin till sundown on the 2nd, and so the first day would have been the 3rd. Interestingly, Haman, the genocidal antagonist of the book of Esther, was an Agagite, a descendant of Agag, the king of the Amalekites, which I believe the ruling family of Elam to be. In fact, the name Haman can be found in the name of the city that they got their surname from. The goal of many of modern-day Israel's enemies has been their annihilation, which is the reason there hasn't been peace, to drive them into the sea. By contrast, the goal of the future Gog-Magog invasion, as described in Ezekiel 38 and 39, will be to plunder their wealth, livestock, and land at a time when Israel lays down their weapons and is at peace. So what does it mean to break the bow of Elam? We read in Jeremiah 49:35, "Thus says the Lord of hosts, Behold, I am going to break the bow of Elam, the finest of their might." Elam means highland and hidden. And it's a picture of these people being high-minded, proud. So he's going to break the pride of Elam. The name of their supreme leader was Ayatollah Khomeini. And Ayatollah means sign from God, and Khomeini means from Khamenei. Khamenei has, in English anyway, Haman in it. Khamenei means the bow. So his surname means the bow, and as supreme leader, he and his successors could be said to be the strength of the bow, the ruling family. So the name, when paired with the prophecy, signifies a sign from God when he breaks the Khomeinis of Elam, the strength of the bow. Taken literally, it can be applied to breaking their weapons of war, including their rocket launchers, etc., which basically launch the bow. In Jeremiah 49, 36 to 37, we read, I will bring upon Elam the four winds from the four ends of heaven, and will scatter them to all these winds, and there will be no nation to which the outcasts of Elam will not go. So I will shatter Elam before their enemies and before those who seek their lives. And I will bring calamity upon them, even my fierce anger, declares the Lord, and I will send out the sword after them until I have consumed them. And in verse 38, then I will set my throne in Elam and destroy out of it king and princess, declares the Lord. And in 39, but it will come about in the last days that I will restore the fortunes of Elam, declares the Lord. Now, going back to the weekly Torah portion read on February 28th, when Jews around the world were reading from Deuteronomy 25:19, this is actually the most direct statement of a command to eliminate Amalek. And we read in Deuteronomy 25:19, therefore it shall be, when the Lord thy God hath given thee rest from all thine enemies round about, in the land which the Lord your God giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven, thou shalt not forget. And so I believe there seem to be indications that Amalek, the rulers of Iran, are descendants of Amalek, just as Agag was at the time of Esther. And if this is the case, then this prophecy will also apply to those descendants of Amalek living in Elam, which is part of Iran. So with that said, if you like this content, please be sure to like and comment and subscribe and share to keep it going. God bless you.